Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Ranger Field here in Alva. Kate Kennedy with you, alongside our guest, Matt Adair and Cooper Johnson. Now, if you're wondering where we've been for the past 45 minutes trying to get on the air here, we've had some technical difficulties today out at the KLV Tower, so unfortunately we've been dealing with that. But we are finally here on the air, 8:08 to go in the second quarter in the OSSAA Class B2 semifinal between Seiling and Cherokee. And Matt and Cooper, obviously you've been here longer than I have, being out trying to fix everything. How's the game been looking so far?
Well, the Wildcats have looked great. Seiling right now has really got their offensive machine rolling. Cherokee has had good answers, but just haven't connected on the plays that they've been able to see so far. Dawson Schonbacher's done a great job getting the ball downfield. Just a couple of penalties and a couple of drops have really kind of held them back so far. And now Cherokee just has a big snap over the head of Schonbacher, back him up a little bit. But, Cooper, that's what I've seen. What's your take?
Yeah, and I think Sealing's been doing a great job. Chain, Hunt, and Tillery have really been plowing over this Cherokee defense. And if Cherokee doesn't get something fixed soon, then they will have a big lead heading into halftime. And as Matt said, Cherokee's offense has been showing some life. They've been able to move the ball, but it's just little things that they keep messing up on one play, and it ends the whole drive.
And right there is a handoff to Rush Hunt, who spins away from a tackle just across the line of scrimmage, breaks a second, and gets into the end zone yet again today. He opened his series against Cherokee about the third play from scrimmage with a 56-yard touchdown run where he broke two tackles. He's just hard to bring down.
He absolutely is. I mean, you can see it there. I would say usually you could see it on the run in our shot, but we can't do that today. The OSSAA rules with the NFHS network and all that permits us from showing the actual action of the game. We can do it still on the radio, and you can still see the scoreboard as Tillery plows his way in for the two-point conversion. So 7:54 to go in the second quarter, sealing now a 28-0 lead over Cherokee. But, I mean, we'll just keep things here instead of cutting to a break. We just got on the air 2 minutes ago. We do have a little bit of information we want to pass along. Ben Buckland, obviously not here with us. You haven't heard from him yet, and there's unfortunately a reason for that. Ben, unfortunately, trying to celebrate Thanksgiving holiday yesterday down in Oklahoma City, had his phone stolen, so he called me on his new number to pass along that information to people for the next few hours, trying to get a hold of him. Ben Buckland's new phone number is 405-613-2933. So we're kind of doing a little bit of everything. We've got football going on. We got info we're trying to pass along. It has been a busy afternoon so far in Alva.
And Ben loves late night calls. So anybody that's got that, make sure you get a hold of him between, I think, 2, 3 in the morning is typically the best time.
That's what he's told me. He does his best thinking between 2 and 3 in the morning.
Well, for Cherokee, not a good sign. They brought Dawson Schonbacher out, who was limping a little bit, and he's off on the athletic training benches being attended to by a couple of the Cherokee staff members. One of those, head coach Bryce Schonbacher, Dawson's dad. Without Dawson Schonbacher, that would be a tough hill to climb back into this game for Cherokee. So we'll keep an eye on that. Seiling punches in another touchdown, and like Cade said, they now lead 28-0, 7:54 left to go until halftime here in this semifinal playoff matchup. Boy, the Wildcats have put together an incredible season, Cade. A 10-2 record coming in, but they're actually undefeated on the football field. They had an OSSAA snafu that caused them to have to forfeit a couple of games due to some issues regarding, I'm assuming, paperwork with transfers and whatnot. So an unfortunate setback, but boy, they have roared back to life.
They absolutely have. I mean, this is a Seiling team that they average 53 points a game. I mean, it is one of the more dominant offenses you will see. They only give up about 12, 13 points per game. When you're on average winning by 40, you're already almost in run rule territory every single game they've played.
Well, and to get to this point, Seiling won against Strother 50-0 in that one, and then beat Coyle 50-0 as well. So they've had back-to-back 50-point games to arrive here in this game with Cherokee. They have not given up a point in this playoff setup. Short kick going to be fielded by by Cherokee at the 22, and then a big run out across the 30 to the 35, spinning down. Ball came out. Was he down or is it a fumble? Referees are going to say that Seiling has recovered that. That was a tremendous kickoff return, too, by Trig Ream, who just tried to break one more tackle and then spun away. The ball popped out. Tough to see exactly from this angle who it was that caused that one, but the result is another Wildcat possession.
I mean, sometimes that's just how it is. When you have a bad snap or something like that, that momentum can already shift. And Seiling already had the momentum up 20-0, but you start to have more of these turnovers. It starts to get in your head. And if you're on the other side, if you're Seiling, you feel a lot more confident. You feel, hey, if they're going to keep fumbling the ball, any hit we think we could cause a fumble, let's go out there and hit someone hard.
Well, that's heartbreaking for Trig Ream because he has had such a dynamic game today with that fumble right there. Now an opportunity to try and make up for it on defense as Tillery will keep it on the quarterback draw. And Cherokee will take him to the turf after about a 4-yard gain, brings up 2nd down and 6 for the Wildcats. They've got the ball now at the 38-yard line in Cherokee Chief territory. Another play for Seiling from scrimmage, and I believe that was quarterback run a second time.
It was, and I mean, that's what Seiling's bread and butter can be. Tillery's a great enough athlete. Wyatt Tillery, just give him the ball and let him go. He was able to do it at Laverne. He's been able to do it at Seiling.
Well, in a 1-2 punch between Tillery and Rush, and now they'll hand off to Hunt Rush, who is jumping at the line of scrimmage, made a nice little left jump cut, but quickly taken into the turf. And Cherokee, again, good pressure that time up the field. Going to bring up 4th down for Seiling. Cooper, you can correct me here, but I don't think Seiling's had a possession where they haven't scored this game.
No, they haven't, as they've been able to find the end zone in every possession that they've had so far. And if Cherokee can get a stop here, that'd be big for the momentum for Cherokee.
Tillery slips a tackle, and then there he goes off into the secondary, and Wyatt Tillery is going to house another one for the Seiling Wildcats as they will cap off a 4th and 4 with instead a 34-yard touchdown sprint to the end zone from Tillery.
And I mean, that's just one of those. Tillery makes one cut in the C parts for him, had 30 yards to run, just nobody around him, and it's another touchdown for Seiling.
34-0, the Wildcats right now all over the Cherokee Chiefs. Dawson Schonbacher still on the bench, and I'm not sure we're going to see him return to the offense. 2-point conversion coming up. Tillery out of the gun. Man in motion for Seiling. Snap back to Tillery. Handoff. No, fakes it, and Tillery will keep it up the middle. Rush Hunt was the decoy that time, and Tillery tacks on 8 more, all on his own. Seiling now leads Cherokee 36-0, 6:22 left to go until halftime.
I mean, it is one of those where Seiling's feeling it right now, and unfortunately, this is what happened for Cherokee last year. If you remember, Cherokee last year made it to the quarterfinals. It was one of their routes that they busted. It had been 4 years since they'd even made it to a quarterfinal game. They ran into Seiling and lost 48-0. Now here they are again. First time they've made a semifinal since 2019. They've got to run into Seiling again.
Well, I tell you, can't talk well enough about these Cherokee Chiefs, though. Well coached, great program, strong tradition. You know, Bryce Schonbacher, a Cherokee alum himself, went to school there, graduated from Cherokee, came back home, has brought some state championships back to the home community in his tenure there, and another loaded team for Cherokee this year. It looks like, though, in this game they may fall just a little short, barring some real sparks here in the next 6:22. You really kind of have to hold Seiling out at this point because, you know, they are knocking on the door of putting this one away.
Absolutely. I mean, you talk about the Seiling, the Cherokee tradition, Seiling the same way. You've got a lot of seniors on this Seiling team that are trying to make this their 4th straight state title game appearance. Getting to 1 is hard enough. Getting to 4 in a row is nothing short of incredible.
Well, Gary Manuel runs a great program there in Seiling. He's put a lot of guys onto the college football fields in his tenure, and it looks like he'll have even more headed that direction. High kick fielded by the Chiefs. It was short. Cherokee's going to have to run up and make the catch at the 39-yard line in Chief territory. So a short field for the Cherokee Chiefs, and it does look like the offense will huddle without Dawson Schonbacher.
We'll see what this Cherokee offense looks like. I mean, you're already down 36-0. There's still 6:22 to go in the first half. You don't want to start thinking about it now, but that run rule starts to loom a little bit. It's only 9 points away. Start to think about what this offense needs to do.
So Ream will take over. It's going to be Trig Ream as the quarterback. He will take the first shotgun snap running right, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage, still fighting through Seiling tacklers. But, boy, the Wildcats just swarmed to the ball, and they will take Ream down for what looks like a loss of a yard, maybe 2. Unless they give him a little forward progress. So they did. We'll call that no gain. 2nd down and 10 upcoming.
Yeah, so maybe forward progress of an inch at most.
A lot of white jerseys waiting on Trig Ream at the end of that run. He tried to break to the outside. 1 wide out for Cherokee this time. That's Tony Macias. 1 back in the backfield. Ream out of the gun. Takes the snap. He will hand off. And Cherokee's going to break a couple of tackles here and get forward for about 9 yards. That play looked like it had come to an end, but instead, Tyson Ream battles through a couple of arm tackles and gets up for a gain of 9. That brings up 3rd down and a yard.
And I mean, that's just a great run there by Ream, just able to break through a couple of tackles and just the strength to keep on running.
Ream to Ream in the backfield. And again, Cherokee will huddle. 5:13 left to go in half number 1. Seiling on top 36-0. Trig Ream again out of the gun. Tyson Ream to his right. Macias split wide to the far side of the field. Snap back. And here goes Ream on the quarterback designed keeper. Stretching, not going to get there, though. That's going to bring up 4th down for Cherokee and a decision for Coach Schonbacher.
And a great job there by Kason Smart for Seiling. Seeing that Ream was about to try to lunge for it and dives at him first, say, no, you're not getting anywhere.
Dawson Schonbacher also the punter for this Cherokee Chiefs squad. And without him, like I said, the offense going to have to make some big adjustments. So 4th down, and we'll call it 2. Ball is at the 47-yard line, just shy of midfield for the Cherokee Chiefs. They will, in fact, line up to go for this. Trig Ream out of the gun. Tyson to his left. Macias in motion. Seiling jumps across as Rush Hunt comes on the baited snap count. And unless he was drawn, that's going to move the ball forward and be a 1st down for Cherokee on the Seiling Wildcat penalty.
Yeah, and you have the offsides there, so Cherokee able to use the hard count to their advantage to get the free 1st down.
Seiling's done a really good job of pressuring Cherokee on 3rd downs in this one also. They've really brought heat from different places and kind of continue to mix up their looks. 4:04 clock rolling. 1st down Cherokee. Now in Seiling territory. Ball at the 48-yard line. Macias split wide to the near side. Ream takes the snap. Handoff to Ream. Caught in the backfield. Good, solid play again by the Seiling Wildcats as they penetrate up front.
And I mean, once again, that Seiling D-line just showing what it can do. Everyone flying in there, making sure Cherokee has absolutely nowhere to go with the ball once it's snapped.
So Cherokee will go back to the huddle. Trig comes all the way to the sideline to get the play from Coach Schonbacher, walks it back in. Cherokee today in red tops, black bottoms with a red stripe, white helmets. Seiling white on white with black helmets. Trig Ream again out of the gun. Takes the high snap, drops back, wants to throw. Now he'll escape pressure coming. Lofts one up, has a man. Macias caught it at the 20. Down to the 15 and drug down at the 12-yard line. A flag on the play, though, at the 29. And we will see what the call will be right here. If Cherokee manages to keep this play alive, they will have the ball inside the red zone, I believe, for the first time today.
So the Seiling players are walking down there as if the penalty might be on them. Refs are wanting to have a quick conversation about it looks like.
Referees still discussing the flag. Going to be a pass interference call against Seiling. Cherokee will obviously decline that, and the Chiefs have the ball. 1st down and 10 to go at the 11-yard line. So Trig Ream with a huge pass downfield. Great reception by Tony Macias. Fought through the pass interference penalty to bring that one in. 3:02 left to go in the first half of play, and Cherokee knocking on the door for the first time today. Ream out of the gun. Ream to his left. Gotta love that. One man in motion. Fakes the give. It's going to be Trig Ream on the quarterback keeper. Shoulders down at the 10. Dives forward to about the 8-yard line. Flag thrown in late. That one thrown in the area where you might see holding. Let's go to Cooper Johnson. Cooper, I couldn't see it. Did you see a hold there?
Yeah, I think it's going to be holding. And as we talked about earlier, it's the penalties that come and kill the Cherokee Chiefs so far this game. And right there, they're in the red zone, first and 10. And now they get pushed back 10 more yards.
Cherokee had a huge play earlier in the first quarter as Dawson Schonbacher broke away from pressure out of the pocket, completed a pass downfield, and I don't remember exactly who it was that reeled that in. May have been Macias, but it would have set Cherokee up at about the 12 or 13-yard line in Seiling territory, and that play was pulled back due to a holding penalty. So here we go again. Cherokee now facing 1st and 20, ball to 21-yard line. Ream back to pass. Pocket breaks down, and now he'll scramble. Gets to the 20, shoulder down inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line before being bumped out of bounds.
And, I mean, that's just a good job there once again of having to take what the defense gives you. And when the defensive line's crashing in like that, sometimes you just got to make the one read and run.
I've talked to some people from Cherokee about, this team. There's a lot of pride in the community, but Trig Ream's name comes up quite a bit. Just an athlete. Guy can play almost every position on the football field.
And, I mean, this is a Cherokee team that has been young for the past few years. They've been waiting to try to get back to a moment like this. So it's been good to see the ride for them.
Ream out of the shotgun, empty backfield. Takes the snap, heavy pressure coming. Trig is hit at the 23, and he'll go down to a sack. 3 Seiling Wildcats in the backfield.
I mean, that was a great job there. Jason Baker was in on that one. And, I mean, you can look who else. Seth Whetstone in there as well. This is a swarming Seiling team that is just continuing to get hits on Ream.
A couple of different offensive and defensive linemen have come out of the game for Seiling through this first half of play. Both of them looked injured, and I don't know that we've seen either return to the field as they kind of limped off. You can see at least one of them, the big man, Josh Postlethwaite over there. Helmet on, looks like he's ready to go, but he came out earlier, and like I said, I don't think we've seen him since. Cherokee facing 3rd and long. Ball at the 24-yard line, 23 yards to convert a first down. Ream will be out of the shotgun. Got a delay here as the referees.
Yeah, we've got a delay game penalty on Cherokee. Clock went all the way down to 0, and Chiefs were still trying to get set up.
Well, what's 5 more when you needed 23 anyway? Ball will now be spotted at the 29-yard line. That'll make it 3rd down and 28 yards for a first down, 29 for a touchdown. Snap back to Ream. Quick pass to the near sideline. Got that into the hands of Alvidrez, and he will take it out of bounds. It was a short gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down situation.
Obviously, I would think you'd go for this, but it looks like first we're going to have a timeout taken by Cherokee.
Well, Alvarez got it out of bounds, and now Cherokee's going to discuss what to do on a 4th down and about 28 yards is what the down and distance is. Cooper, Cade, I'm just not sure there's much on the play sheet for a situation like this.
Yeah, I can't really think of all the times I've had to see a 4th and 28 drawn up that you've got to convert, but Seiling's in a situation, though, where you're up 36-0. You get a stop here. You'd still have, coming off a stop, about a minute to go about 70 yards. And they've had a few short field situations their past few drives, but would not surprise me to see Seiling want to play aggressive and see if they can make it pretty close to a run rule before halftime, if they can get the stop here. Yeah,
I think we're going to see pretty close to the same thing from Seiling as they did on just that last play. The 2 edge rushers and 6 back and a prevent defense try and make Cherokee find a perfect hole, and it's going to make it real tough to get 28 yards.
It all comes down to how much time can you give Trig Ream to survey the field. Cherokee comes out 1 man short, so they will add Tyson Ream to the far side. 3 wideouts. Trig all alone in the backfield. Just 2 rushers for Seiling. Trig steps up into the pocket, throws over the middle, picked off by Hunt Rush. Took it at the 15, now out across the 30. Got tackled at the 35-yard line, and it was Trig Ream that made the tackle, and Seiling will take the ball back At the 37-yard line in Wildcat territory, exactly 1 minute left to go on the clock with that change of possession.
And that's a great job there by Rush Hunt, just reading the defense, just reading what you need to do as a linebacker there, just seeing the ball come right to you, playing center field, and pick it off.
Boy, and he leapt to get to that pass. That was a jump. 2 men in the backfield for the Wildcats, Tillery and Rush Hunt, excuse me. Tillery will fake the option give to Hunt and take it himself. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, no gain as Cherokee stops the Wildcats on first down.
See if Seiling wants to play with a little bit of tempo here. They have all 3 timeouts, but only 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Tillery takes the snap, handoff to Hunt, and Rush will power forward to about the 40-yard line, and that will take us down to the 30-second mark. Brings up 3rd down and 7 for Seiling. They do not have to snap it again. We'll see what Coach Manuel wants to do. They're going to run a play. Game clock down to 12 seconds. Tillery out of the gun. Takes the snap, handoff. Rush Hunt coming near side. Cuts back up in the middle. And Cherokee will have him down in the turf again, just shy of the 45 at the 44. And that will expire the first half of play. As we go to the locker room, it's all Wildcats right now. They lead the Chiefs 36-0.
I mean, that is a great half of football there for Seiling. The 36-0 lead over Cherokee. Folks, we'll take a quick break and be right back, and we'll get back and have a little bit of a halftime discussion here at the OSSAA Class B2 Semifinal here on KALV.
Holder Drug, your local pharmacy. Stop in and check out some of the new available items at Holder's, starting with our hanging scrolls and banners. Expecting a child soon? Holder Drug is the perfect place for your baby registry. Find more information by stopping by the store or visit us online at holderdrug.com. As always, free delivery with your medications and prescriptions, along with specials at the fountain. That's Holder Drug, located on the downtown square, right here in Alva.
Alva State Bank and Trust Company, older than Oklahoma, big enough to serve you and small enough to know you.
We love to give back to our customers. Did you know Alva State Bank offers a great rewards checking account program? That's right. You can earn cash back or high interest with our Kasasa accounts. We will even refund you up to $25 in ATM fees.
How do I qualify?
It's simple. Just swipe your debit card 12 times, sign up for online statements, and have one ACH credit or debit post to your account.
Can I do it online?
Yes. Just visit our website at www.alvastatebank.com to see if our Kasasa Rewards program is right for you. We make banking easy. Whether you're at home, the office, or in your car, our online or mobile banking options help you juggle busy schedules and financial needs.
We plant roots where others have branches.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Joe Parsons has worked hard and has succeeded in becoming the go-to realtor for this part of the country. So if you want to sell your part of this country or you want to buy part of this country, Joe wants to hear from you. Call Joe Parsons at 580-748-2640.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Welcome back to Ranger Field here at halftime, Seiling with a 36-0 lead over the Chiefs of Cherokee here in the Class B2 semifinal. And Matt, you kind of said it perfectly right before we went to the half. This has been all Seiling so far.
Yeah, the Wildcats just, they're every bit as good as Build. I mean, like you said, you know, they come in with a 10-2 record, but undefeated on the football field. They've hung 50 points on each of their previous two opponents in this 8-team playoff. And They don't show any signs of slowing down right now. I think Seiling has got state title, or at least state title appearance on their mind. And short of Cherokee really kind of regrouping and finding a way to slow down Tillery and Hunt, this one's going to be a tough sled in the second half for the Cherokee Chiefs.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a Seiling team that it's been 3 straight years since they've made state title games. And we talked about it a little bit earlier that this is a Seiling team that they've won both their games so far in the playoffs 50-0. Now, obviously, if they do try to shut out Cherokee here and run rule there, and you can't get to 50, but the last time Seiling had back-to-back shutouts in general in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs for them was 1988. That was a state championship year for Seiling back when they were in Class A, one of their 3 state titles they have. And then, I mean, these are 2 district champions. These are 2 great teams going at it. Mentioned it a little bit. Cherokee wanted some revenge from last year. They got beat 48-0 by Seiling last year, trying to make that a little bit different this time, but Seiling coming out and just proving that they are still as good as advertised.
Well, they are. And not to take anything away from Cherokee, who's also had a great playoff run. They beat Arcoma 46-0 in the opening round, and then 38-14 against Cyril. So the Chiefs have only given up 14 points coming in to this game against Seiling in the playoffs. But here again, 36 on the board for the Wildcats. And I think the thing looming right now out there is that 45-point mercy rule. You know, as soon as Seiling can cross that line, assuming Cherokee doesn't score, that's going to put a capper on it. And I know that Cherokee, at very least, is going to want to make this game go 4 full quarters, if not find a way to come back, crawl back into it.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the name of the game. We saw that a few weeks ago in the game we were covering on KLV, where it was South Barber taking on Pawnee Heights. And, I mean, South Barber was up 48-0, 46-0 right before halftime, and Pawnee Heights was doing everything in their ability to. At that point, it just becomes play till the third quarter. Cherokee was able to do that. They still got a little bit of wiggle room to try to work themselves out of, but it has got to be an interesting conversation for Coach Schonbacher to have with the kids in the locker room, knowing that you've got to play your best half of ball you've played all year if you want to keep going.
Absolutely. And I thought Cherokee looked really impressive at different points in this first half. They've had plays open downfield, but like Cooper had mentioned earlier, just some misfires or some penalties at just the wrong moments. And Seiling has just been all capitalization. In fact, Cooper, you'll remember back with me, Cherokee had punted and Seiling had the ball at about the 20-yard line. An illegal block backed it up to the 10, and a hold after that backed it up to about the 5-yard line. And in what I believe was 9 plays, they drove the length of the field and punched it in. So even when Seiling has the penalties right now, they've been able to keep the momentum on their side and kind of retool and get back down the field.
Yeah, Cherokee's had a really hard time trying to defend the read option that Tillery and Hunt have been doing basically the whole game, as Hunt has gotten his yards, Tillery's gotten his yards. And for Cherokee, they do have to try and crawl back into this game, and it's going to be even more difficult. Number 8, Dawson Schonbacher, looks like he's probably out for as of right now, and he's their main quarterback. So Cherokee's going to have to see Ream or maybe someone else. Like right here, it says Patterson, maybe the freshman, coming up and stepping up and leading them to get back into this game.
Well, and Trig Ream has done a good job coming in place of Schonbacher so far, but the only issue there is when you move Trig into that quarterback position, you kind of limit what you've had in him. You know, it's just, especially in 8-man football at this level, it's about getting as many of your athletes out on the field at a time as you can. And when you take the signal caller out and have to back him up with Trig, you're down, you know, a starting running back, a guy that's shown some tremendous ability in the receiving game, just an all-around great player, and you know, now you're down one. That makes it even tougher.
Yeah, and Ream is a great runner, and that it partially takes out the passing game. So that's to an advantage of Seiling, because they can more limit and focus on the run, as Ream, I believe, only threw 1 pass, and it was complete on that pass interference call, and they declined the penalty, and it's what got them into the red zone. But so far, we've just seen Ream and the other Ream both run the ball quite a bit.
Trig and Tyson have done well in that backfield for the Cherokee Chiefs. Those boys really do pack a big 1-2 punch. And again, for Cherokee, it's not like there haven't been some opportunities when Schonbacher was quarterbacking. As long as he could get a little bit of time in the pocket or get an out route where he could flush outside and look downfield, they've had some good pass plays. They've had some open wide receivers, but like I said, either good defensive plays by Seiling or penalties have pulled some of those big gains back. So Cherokee's got some things to build on. They're just going to have a half where it starts to all hit the right way.
Absolutely. And I mean, this is a Cherokee team that throwing is not their MO anyways, but now you get Schonbacher out of the game. You put Trig Ream in, who, keep in mind, he'd only thrown 6 passes coming into this game, had the one. And I mean, it was a beautifully executed play. It was great, able to draw the pass interference and all that off it. But this is a Cherokee team that wants to go downhill. They want to run the ball on you. But when you take Schonbacher out of the game, you're setting up Trig Ream. Both of you made really good points about it. If you're Seiling, you're looking at this thinking, we just need 9 more points, and all we need to do is stack the box on defense, and you feel really good about your odds.
Well, and big credit to Seiling and Coach Manuel. I feel like they have brought pressure from the right places and timed it really, really well. You know, when you force Cherokee to play behind the chains as much as they've had to here, you can really start to bring that pressure upfield knowing that they're probably going to be throwing. Seiling does a good job of covering wide receivers one-on-one. In fact, the open spots today have been in the end of extended plays. So 4 or 5 seconds in the pocket when coverage finally allows a hole that Cherokee can find. So right off of the bat, Seiling doing a great job of covering up wide receivers. And again, that constant pressure really winning the battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage has been super good for the Wildcats today.
It absolutely has. And while we do have a moment, once again, kind of getting the word out there, this is secretly a dual broadcast that I've sprung on you, Matt, because not only is this a high school football game that we have going on, we also have the Ben Buckland PSA that we have to put out. Ben obviously not here with us today. He wanted to be here, but he is still down in Oklahoma City dealing with, I mean, I cannot imagine a more unfortunate Thanksgiving that someone's had to deal with. He had his truck robbed. He lost his phone. So if you're trying to get a hold of Ben Buckland, his phone number for the next couple of hours is 405-613-2933. Again, that's 405-613-2933. That is Ben Buckland's phone number for people trying to get a hold of him. And, you know, he's battling his own battle down at the Verizon store today. So everyone's having to fight something today.
I sure do miss Benny being up here. And my friend, that's terrible news. I hate to hear it. You know, that makes a holiday weekend not near as much fun as it should have been.
Well, it made for an interesting call, wondering why I was getting a call from what looked like a landscaping company until I realized, you know, why is a landscaping company calling me on Thanksgiving Day only to hear Ben's voice, but hey, I'm still here. I just calling from somewhere else.
Well, the things that do happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a day. I mean, we had the technical difficulties earlier. That's why we didn't have the first quarter, but glad to be on the air now at least. Seiling with a 36-0 lead over Cherokee about halfway through halftime. Folks, we will take a quick break and be right back here with the OSSAA semifinal here on KALV.
Warm up with a class at Northwest Technology Center this month. Choose one of our evening classes, including computer fundamentals, cooking, health-related courses, business development, and much more. Northwest Technology Center also offers training for your business at your convenience. Contact us today for more information at 580-327-0344 in Alva or 580-227-3708 in Fairview. Northwest Technology Center is preparing students for success in education, careers, and life.
Business packages with a focus on your financial goals, guidance with the latest technology, on-site visits with respect for your time and your schedule. Well, if that sounds good to you, you should give us a call. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the leader in ag lending.
Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, an equal housing lender, online at farmcreditloans.com.
Clean harbors, hazardous waste disposal, and recycling services provide the widest range of recycling, treatment, and disposal options for all your hazardous waste streams. Unmatched in North America, our infrastructure of hazardous waste management facilities services all of the U.S. and Canada, northern Mexico, and Puerto Rico. We handle both drum and bulk hazardous waste in liquid, solid, semi-solid, sludge, and gas forms. One call handles all your hazardous waste disposal needs. Located in Winoka, where we proudly support our railroaders.
America's Oasis, a whole new world of off-road delight. America's Oasis, joining the north edge of the Little Sahara State Park just south of Winoka, is open for business, and they invite you and your family to come stay and play. To explore all the possibilities, go to their website, americasoasis.com, and see the many ways you can come to Northwest Oklahoma and play in the sand. America's Oasis, an amazing concept. You have to experience it to believe it. Come visit America's Oasis, just south of Winoka, the little city by the sand.
Welcome back to Alva. Cade Kennedy here with you alongside Matt Adair and Cooper Johnson as Seiling with a commanding 36-0 lead over Cherokee. And fellas, when you look at this one, if you're Cherokee, we've talked about it a little bit, having to battle through the injuries now of Sean Bacher and having to go towards the Trick Reams style offense. When you're down in a 36-point hole, trying to just keep this game alive, you're able to do that. Now you've got to find a way to come back in this one. Where do you begin to start if you're Cherokee?
Well, for me, I think you've got to find a way to get Seiling to chase you. Seems to me like the Wildcats have been able to kind of dominate the pace of this game. It seems like and we talked about it before the break, the pressure that Seiling is bringing from different parts of the field and the linebackers winning at the line of scrimmage in a few of those plays later on in the second quarter. I think if you're Cherokee, you want to find that one thing that works and just keep doing that until Seiling has to adjust to it, and then you've got to have ready in your back pocket the second thing that you think is going to work, and just kind of start to make Seiling second-guess themselves, maybe get the Wildcats back on their heels a little bit. If you can recapture a little bit of the momentum that way, just one step at a time, you may find yourself pulling back into this one. But if you're Seiling, I don't change a thing. I think you've got to play like this is 0-0 coming out. Like it was at kickoff. I think you've got to continue to bring the pressure and ratchet up the pressure situations against Cherokee and then just play solid. That 1-2 punch on the offense from Seiling between Tillery and Rush has been super effective. I don't think you change much there. Defensively, stay aggressive and see if you can get Cherokee playing behind the chains.
Yeah, and I agree about Seiling. I don't think you change anything with what they've been doing. It's worked great. And for Cherokee, I think you just have to find a way to limit the penalties. If you limit the penalties and you stay ahead of the chains, it's going to help you a lot because Seiling's defense thrives when you're behind the chains and it's second and 15, third and 20. That's when Seiling defense is the best. So Cherokee needs to find a way to make it 2nd and 3, 3rd and 1 instead of 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15.
Then my last thing, I think if you're Cherokee, you really have to shore up the tackling. Rush Hunt has proven that he is difficult to bring down. He's agile, quick, powerful. He's kind of the complete package as far as a running back goes. But there have been multiple times today that Cherokee looks like they've had him wrapped up and then all of a sudden breaks through one tackle and off down the field he goes, either taking one of the house or picking up 15, 20, 25 yards at a time. When you get your hands on him, I think you've got to hold on and swarm to the ball.
Yeah, and if you find a way to stop Seiling's run game, they tend to struggle a little bit because I can only remember one pass that Tillery threw, and it should have been a pick. It was that long 30-yard pass that went right to a Cherokee defender, and they just dropped it. So try and make Tillery throw the ball and see what happens.
Cherokee's had a fumble so far in this game and been intercepted once, so ball control going to be key for the Chiefs as well as they trail 36-0 here against the Seiling Wildcats. And again, the winner of this game moves on to play for a state championship, which always a good time. They will take on the winner of the Walika-Okeen game being played tonight at 7 o'clock at Jones High School. And, of course, the state championship game will be Thursday, December the 4th at UCO's Field there in Edmond, Oklahoma.
And, I mean, that is a wonderful facility to have a state champion. Obviously, do I wish they still had the 8-man championship games up here at Alva? Of course I do. But if you're going to play it anywhere other than Ranger Field, having the waterfall in the background makes for an absolutely beautiful scenery.
Okay, do you know this? I'm a Ranger at heart, so every facility is second best compared to ours.
That's why I had to throw that out there
UCO
first.
is probably the number one of the number twos that I would go with. That is a gorgeous facility that they've got up there.
And then, of course, we've got the other game here that'll be in Alva tonight. That'll be Pond Creek Hunter taking on Laverne. That'll be the 7 o'clock game at Ranger Field. That's a Class B1 semifinal. That should be a pretty interesting game, too. Laverne beat Pond Creek Hunter 40-16 earlier this year. They're going to be trying to do it again. And then kind of looking at some of the other games going on, that'll be some of the KALV area teams. Timberlake and Medford is tonight. That's a Class C semi played down at Watonga. So it's a bit of a trek for Timberlake and Medford to have to make to meet up with each other. They'll play either Tipton or Ryan. And I can tell you right now, Tipton a 20-16 lead over Ryan at halftime. That'd be considered a little bit of a shocker in Class C, but kind of the same way you'd say it if Shattuck upset Laverne. It's still a great power beating a really good team.
Talked about that with Cooper off the air today while we were waiting on you to get ready, is the history of Shattuck and all that they had pulled off over a course of, gosh, almost decades down there, Cooper. You're a Shattuck graduate. There's a lot of tradition down there.
Yeah, there's a lot of pride down there. The community is very involved in the sports, and about 20 years ago, we're in the middle of that 8-year streak of straight undefeated state championships, the 93-0 streak. As the past few years on, I believe it's homecoming, we've had celebrations, 20-year celebrations for the state championship teams, and this year was 2005. But yeah, Shattuck, it's a great community down there, especially when it comes to sports. Whole town shows up.
Well, and we were happy to steal you out of Shattuck for college up here. And of course, glad to have you along on the broadcast teams. You didn't know you'd be so famous so fast, huh? Well, Kate, we've got exactly 1 minute left until we kick off quarter number 3. To the best of our recollection, it will be the Wildcats getting the ball, so Cherokee is going to have to get fired up for a defensive stand. I don't believe, other than that stoppage at the end of the half, that Seiling has had any drive today that hasn't ended in the end zone. So big opportunity for Cherokee to get a stop, and for the first time today, maybe force a punt out of the Wildcats.
Yeah, we will see what happens with Seiling and Cherokee. The second half almost underway. Before we get that going, we'll take a quick break and be right back from Ranger Field here on KALV.
Holder Drug, your local pharmacy. Stop in and check out some of the new available items at Holder's, starting with our hanging scrolls and banners. Expecting a child soon? Holder Drug is the perfect place for your baby registry. Find more information by stopping by the store or visit us online at holderdrug.com. As always, free delivery with your medications and prescriptions, along with specials at the fountain. That's Holder Drug, located on the downtown square, right here in Alva.
Alva State Bank and Trust Company, older than Oklahoma, big enough to serve you and small enough to know you.
We love to give back to our customers. Did you know Alva State Bank offers a great rewards checking account program? That's right. You can earn cash back or high interest with our OSSAA accounts. We will even refund you up to $25 in ATM fees.
How do I qualify?
It's simple. Just swipe your debit card 12 times, sign up for online statements, and have one ACH credit or debit post to your account.
Can I do it online?
Yes. Just visit our website at www.alvastatebank.com to see if our OSSAA Rewards program is right for you. We make banking easy. Whether you're at home, the office, or in your car, our online or mobile banking options help you juggle busy schedules and financial needs.
We plant roots where others have branches.
Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Alva. Seiling and Cherokee getting ready to throw down for half number 2. The clock still says we've got a minute and a half on the 3-minute warm-up, and both teams ready to go, man.
I think they said we don't need it. We're ready. Getting a little windy out here at Ranger Field. A little bit of a cool day, if you will. It's great football weather, to be honest with you. Overcast here, lights are on, and ready for the second half of what is turning out to be a very, very big game.
You could say it's great football weather when we're up in the booth.
Any
Football weather is great football weather when you're up here.
For me, it's been just fantastic.
4 degrees, cloudy, a bit of a breeze. That wind will continue to pick up.
Ball blew off the tee there, so Trig Reed will have to reset it. So now we'll see if they bring in the holder, and they will. For Cherokee, coming in to hold the ball down is going to be Tegan Rose. So 12 minutes on the clock, Seiling with the lead, 36-0 over the Cherokee Chiefs. Cherokee has to give the ball up to the Wildcats to start things off here in quarter number 3. The interesting thing here, Seiling playing up tight. Rush Hunt is the deep man for the Wildcats, but he is positioned at the 35-yard line.
Seiling is expecting an onside or something short again.
Now there's no ball on the tee.
Interesting.
Trying to figure out where the ball went.
There it is.
There we go.
Now they're going to have someone down, or are they going to try to put it back on the tee again? It looks like they're going to go on the tee again.
Different kicker this time. They're going to go Wiley Jones is the one that's teed it up. Trig Reeb has come to the sideline. I don't know what that's about. So Jones put the ball in play. It is, in fact, an onside kick, and Seiling covers it up well. In fact, picking it up off of the turf for Seiling, I think, was Jacob
Fearborn.
Fearborn. So Seiling is going to have excellent field position as they will take over ball at the 43-yard line in Wildcat territory. 47-yard line. Snap back to Tillery, handoff to Hunt, going right, steps through a tackle, now spins, gets to the sideline, head down, still powering forward, and he'll get it across midfield to the 49-yard line in Cherokee territory on a play that looked like Rush Hunt was wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, finds a very small crease over there on the far side and gets forward for 4 yards.
I mean, that's just the power of Rush Hunt there sometimes. You can have a play that's absolutely dead, falls forward, spins around, you still get 4 yards.
Tillery fakes it to Hunt this time. He'll take it quarterback keeper up the middle, and again, just that option look from Seiling, and they will go forward out across the 44-yard line, just shy of the 45 in Cherokee territory, but it brings up 3rd down, and we'll call it a long 2. Scoreboard says exactly 2, but it's a long 2. Just have to trust me, I guess. Clock rolling. Tillery out of the gun. Again, Cherokee creeping forward at the line of scrimmage. Handoff straight forward. Rush Hunt powers through, and he'll get across the 40-yard line before being wrapped up by Gavin Guffey, who made, I don't think it's an exaggeration to call that a touchdown-saving tackle.
I think so. I mean, Hunt had a straightaway shot once again, and a great job there by Guffey preventing it.
And Seiling quickly back to the line of scrimmage on 1st down, and they will power forward again as Rush Hunt carries the ball out to about the 31-yard line.
And I mean, Seiling just sticking with the bread and butter right now. Just keep going to Rush Hunt. Wyatt Tillery needs to make a read, he'll make one. And of course, as I say that, Rush Hunt subs out of the game.
Looked like he went out just a little gimpy on that one. Went out under his own power, so I think he'll be back, but little painful there. Snap back to Tillery, fakes the pitch, and he will call his own number out across the 30 to the 20, escapes an ankle tackle at the 10, and he'll go into the end zone. A flag did come down, but right now it's a touchdown for the Wildcats, and it looks like an injured Wildcat down on the field. In fact, fell right where the flag was thrown. Going to the turf was Blake Chain, and this looks like it's going to be against Seiling.
It is. It's going to be a hold against Seiling, so take the touchdown off the board and back the Wildcats up a bit.
So Cherokee kind of gets a bit of a favor there, if you will. For the first, well, not the first time, but one of the times today, we actually see that Seiling is going to suffer the consequence of an ill-timed flag. Touchdown comes off the board. Instead, the Wildcats will back up to the 41-yard line. Going to make it 2nd down and 14 to go from the 41. Snap back to Tillery. Handoff going right side over the 40. Downhill 35-30. Stiff arm at the 22. Across the 20, steps through a tackle. Downhill to the 10 to the 5. And it is going to be a Seiling touchdown. That is back-to-back plays that Seiling got into the end zone. And that was just a fantastic run by Blake Chain.
And I mean, once again, that is just find your guy and see who the best player. It looks like that might have been number 12. Yeah, it's Dalen McNabb, a wide receiver they put out there. Just play a little option game with him. No rush hunt, no problem on that drive.
Boy, Seiling has just got so many weapons as they now lead 42-0 over Cherokee. 2-point conversion on the way.
Power up the middle with Hunt, and he's in.
Looks like it was good. 44-0. Seiling leads Cherokee here in Alva.
Take a quick break and be right back here on KALV.
Joe Parsons has worked hard and has succeeded in becoming the go-to realtor for this part of the country. So if you want to sell your part of this country or you want to buy part of this country, Joe wants to hear from you. Call Joe Parsons at 580-748-2640. Warm up with a class at Northwest Technology Center this month. Choose one of our evening classes, including computer fundamentals, cooking, health-related courses, business development, and much more. Northwest Technology Center also offers training for your business at your convenience. Contact us today for more information at 580-327-0344 in Alva or 580-227-3708 in Fairview. Northwest Technology Center is preparing students for success in education, careers, and life.
Back in Alva, where Seiling has extended the lead 44-0 over Cherokee. And I mean, it's just, sometimes you don't need to give it to Rush Hunt because Dalen McNabb able to take it 40 yards on the scamper.
Ball blew off the tee now for Seiling. And Seiling now into that territory where, barring a Cherokee score, any points on the board for Seiling basically, actually ends this ball game.
They are as close as you can get to a run rule as possible.
In fact, a touchdown would put them right at 50 and give them 3 straight games, 50-0.
I don't know if I've ever seen that happen before. 3 straight playoff games all go the exact same way.
Tell you though, nothing would be more exciting or more momentum pushing than to go into the state championship game having outscored your opponent 150-0. And Seiling will take it off the tee. Deep kick gets through the backside guys for Cherokee and skates out the back of the end zone. And Cherokee will have it on the touchback. So 1st and 10, Chiefs. Ball will be marked down at the 20. See if Cherokee can mount an offensive attack that will at least prolong this contest. Schonbacher still on the sideline. Looks like Cherokee will stay with Trig Ream at the quarterback as they huddle up. Wildcats out in the defense. 3 down linemen, nose guard and 2 defensive ends for Seiling. Ream out of the gun, takes the snap. Quarterback designed keeper running right off tackle, and he's going to be stopped behind the line. Cherokee will give up a yard on 1st down.
I mean, once again, that Seiling defensive front, just the way they fly off the ball. The moment Ream catches it, it's already fighting uphill.
Good penetration from their 3 defensive linemen, but the linebackers also coming up and filling gaps. As soon as they read run, Seiling is just coming full force. 2 wide receivers for Cherokee, split to the near side. 1 man in the backfield with Ream. They will send Macias in motion, and now a penalty as Seiling will jump off sides, and Cherokee will get 5.
That time, Cason Smart was a little too excited, ready to go.
Reading the snap count, not the ball. And that will bring Cason to the sideline as he'll be changed out on that defensive front. 2 wideouts for the Chiefs. One far side, 1 near side. 2 men in the backfield. Ream will take the shotgun snap, hands off to the other Ream as Tyson goes forward. He'll pick up a yard, maybe 2, on what was 2nd down and 6. They'll now be 3rd and 5. Ball at the 25-yard line, actually just across it. So we'll call it 3rd down, 4.5 for Cherokee. Trigg will take the play into the Cherokee huddle, and here we go. Big 3rd down for Cherokee. You're going to have any kind of momentum going, it starts with 1, and it needs to go right here. 8:40 left to go in quarter number 3. 3-3 stack for Seiling. 2 wideouts for Ream. Takes the snap, throws on the slant, and it is behind his intended target. That's going to bring up 4th and 5.
So that looked like the slant route was ready to go, but Ream was expecting something a little bit different. The miscommunication there, and now it's 4th down, and I mean...
Well, Ream kind of threw that like he was expecting a hook from Macias instead of the slant.
Instead of the slant. You got the miscommunication there, and now it's... I mean, if you're Cherokee, do you just go for this knowing that you're down 44-0 and you need to get anything you can right now?
It looks like that's going to be the call from Coach Schonbacher. So here we go. Trigg Ream out of the gun. Tyson to his left, 2 wideouts. Snap back to Trigg. Quarterback design run, far side, escapes a tackle. Now out in the open field, breaks through another one, and here goes Trigg Ream across the 30, the 40, and across midfield before Rush Hunt can get him around the waist and drag him out in Seiling territory. That play was broken from the moment it began as Trigg went to the left. Seiling had him bottled up, and it just a powerful run evading tacklers from Trigg Ream.
And a great job there by Ream, just being able to see the situation unfold and know he needed to cut back and then use his speed to run around 2 different defenders.
Well, that's just competitive nature coming out of an athlete right there. That was a 4th down play, literally the game on the line, and Trigg Ream just wasn't going to be denied. Ream again out of the shotgun, takes the snap, handoff to Tyson, and he will spin at the line of scrimmage, hit for minimal gain, maybe a half yard. Call it 2nd down and 10. So Cherokee still being bottled up at the line of scrimmage. Wildcats have bent but didn't break on that big run from Trigg Ream. Ream will signal in the play, and here comes Cherokee to the line. Wideouts to either side. Far side, Gavin Guffey. Near side, Tony Macias. Ream and Ream in the backfield. Ream will take the shotgun snap, pitches it far side. That's into the hands of Tyson Ream. And this time he'll take a full yard away from Seiling. It'll bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it 9.
I mean, once again, that entire Seiling defensive front, it's the defensive line, it's your linebackers. I mean, it's basically everyone. You said it earlier. The moment they know it's a run, they just swarm to the ball.
Seiling really showing the incredible speed that they have. That team speed is something else. So here come the Cherokee Chiefs. One more time. 2 wideouts, Macias and Guffey, 2 Reams in the backfield. 3 down linemen for Seiling. They will read. Trigg Ream throws complete near side. Macias has it in the grasp, and he'll be tackled at the 43-yard line. That cut the distance in half, but it'll bring up 4th down and 5 for Cherokee.
And that's a good play call there. You don't need everything on 3rd down. You just need to set up a 4th and more manageable. We saw what happened the last time on 4th down. I mean, it's the same situation now.
So here we go. Coach Schonbacher will send Trigg Ream back to the huddle. 4th down, we'll call it actually 6. Ball was spotted officially at the 43-yard line. 6:21 left to go. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Empty set backfield for Ream. Takes the snap, drops back, now wants to run. Has somebody that's got him by the shirt tail, and he will dive forward. He got across the 42. Boy, he is going to be close. Seiling says they stopped him short. It will all depend on the spot of the ball. Referee feels like he's got a good area.
Yeah, but they're going to give this one to Seiling. He's just short.
Boy, inches, I would imagine. No need for a measurement. Apparently, it wasn't quite that close.
It looks like maybe half a yard or 3/4 of a yard, judging on the spot here at the 38.
Seiling now with a chance to end the ball game as Tillery takes the shotgun snap, hands off to Rush Hunt going right. Cherokee will get hands on him just across the line of scrimmage, and he will spin forward for about 3. And again, even on those plays where you feel like you've got Rush Hunt bottled up, still manages to find 2-3 yards.
I mean, that's the type of kid he is. He can fall down and get 2 or 3.
Cooper, time to start keying on Hunt here?
Yes, I agree. I think you do here is Hunt has been running the ball really well in this second half and the first half, as Rush has been their main guy.
Very rare to see a player who can be just about as dangerous without the ball as he is with it. In this play, they run Rush Hunt to the near side, fake the give to him, and about half of the Cherokee defense came with him. Tillery takes it out the other way, converts for a first down at the 48, make it the 49-yard line.
And that's what makes Seiling so effective, when you have 2 dynamic runners that you have to key in on.
Hand off to Rush Hunt, and he will get to the far side of the field on just pure power and will. And then stopped shy of the first down, head down, and sticks one of the Cherokee defenders across the 40, and Seiling will move the chains again. Contact looked like they had him wrapped up, again, just shy of the line to gain, but Rush Hunt just powers forward. Rush will go to the sideline, snap back to Tillery, handoff coming near side for Seiling. Cherokee's going to sniff this one out. It is a 3-yard gain on first down. Carrying the ball was Dalen McNabb. McNabb got loose to the end zone just a series ago, and a repeat of that would put this ball game in the books. Seiling now at the 37-yard line, 2nd down and 7, 4:40 left to go in quarter number 3. Tillery out of the gun, takes the snap, fakes the give. Instead, it'll be quarterback up the middle, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling to the 29-yard line. He will be inches shy of a first down. So an opportunity for Cherokee right here. It's probably 4-down territory. It's 3rd and inches.
Yeah, I would think it would be 4th down territory for Seiling here, and they're just going to continue to do what they've done best, which is run the ball.
Snap back to Tillery, handoff to McNabb, and he will get across the 30-yard line down to about the 28 and reset the chains again for the Wildcats. Rush Hunt will re-enter the ball game for the Wildcats. Seiling just seems to be unstoppable right now. Cherokee with 5 near the line of scrimmage. Handoff, Rush Hunt coming near side, cuts and a spin and then wrapped up. He will dive forward, gets to about the 22-yard line, and that will be a gain of, we'll call it 6. 2nd down and 4 upcoming.
I mean, that's just what Rush Hunt can do. Sometimes it's as simple as that. Give him the ball and watch something happen.
Snap back, handoff, Hunt again. Splits some defenders across the 15, down to the 13-yard line, and again, a Wildcat first down. Seiling just hammering away 5, 6, 7 yards at a time, trying to put this one in the book. Clock will wind at 3:07.
And Seiling's been doing a great job of that. Not only are they up 44-0, they're doing a great job controlling the clock just to make sure that even if they don't score here and put it into a run rule, that clock just keeps on ticking.
Tillery out of the gun, rush to his right. He will fake it. Tillery keeps it going right side across the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Seiling. No flags down, and that will do it. The Wildcats put an early end to the afternoon for the Cherokee Chiefs. What a battle between 2 outstanding teams. You know, I don't want to take anything away from the other side of the bracket between Waleetka and O'Keene, but hard to imagine that Seiling and Cherokee might not be the best 2 teams in Class B2.
Absolutely, and it's going to be an interesting battle because Seiling and Waleetka, I believe it's Seiling and Waleetka, they went back and forth last year. I mean, that was the game, and it's going to be interesting to see how that thing plays out because Waleetka won last year 54-12 over Seiling. Seiling will want their revenge, and coming off 3 straight 50-0 wins, they've got to be feeling pretty good going into that game.
Oh, I would imagine Seiling is definitely loaded as their hunt for a state title continues. Cherokee season comes to an end here on Ranger Field, but my, what a standout season for this Cherokee Chiefs team, and a lot to build on too. Great momentum, great kids, good program, just a good 8-man example of what an 8-man program should be. Continually a good squad out of Cherokee. Like you guys had mentioned, they've been reloading for the last few years, and then all of a sudden jump back in to the state semifinals. So congratulations again to the Seiling Wildcats and Cherokee. What a season.
Absolutely. As we talk about Cherokee, you can look at this. You can look at this two different ways. You can look at this as, man, we lost 50-0. You know, that's disheartening to think about anytime you lose 50-0. But you've got to remember, this is a Seiling team that this is now going to be the fourth straight state title game that they've gone to. They've built themselves into a power over the last half a decade. And you look at this also for Cherokee, both of your Reams are juniors. They'll be back. Sean Bacher, he'll get healthy over the offseason. He'll get another year. He's only a sophomore this year. Cherokee made it to the semifinals for the first time in 6 years, and all their big playmakers are going to be back next year.
Yeah,
they've got a lot to build on.
A lot of good football left in the community for Cherokee, Oklahoma. Well, the Wildcats get to take a bus ride home, put their feet up, and then probably tune in to the other side of the state out in Jones, Oklahoma, where they will find out who their opponent is. Kickoff for that Waleetka game Waleetka O'Keene will be at 7 o'clock tonight. Again, that will be from Jones High School. Cade, enjoyed this one. It was a ton of fun, man.
Absolutely. Once we got the ball rolling, we were good to go. Well, I don't know what in the world, what gremlin got into the KLV tower this morning, but we wanted to try to prevent us from having a good day, but we didn't let it.
Well, and then the guy from Shattuck, Oklahoma, Cooper, you did such a good job with me and Dustin all throughout Ranger football season. It's awesome to get to have you on as well, man. I really enjoy getting to be on the radio with you and looking forward to us doing some more in the future.
Thank you. It's been really fun this year. As first, I was kind of nervous getting into it, but now it's been really exciting for me to come and do this every time I can with y'all. And I'm excited as I'm only a freshman, I'm excited for these next few years of Ranger football. And if we get more high school football games, state semifinal games, then I'd love to join you there too.
Yeah, we might have to drag you along for some basketball as well. We'll have to see how that all plays out. But I do want to give one final, once again, Ben Buckland not able to join us today. If you're trying to get a hold of Ben, he does have a new phone number now. Unfortunately, his truck was broken into last night on Thanksgiving, which is terrible to hear. But his phone number is 405-613-2933. That'll be his phone number, probably, I would think, for the rest of today at least. We'll see if we can get any more updates when we get back to Chamber Chat on Monday and Rose and Ben next week as well on Thursday. But again, 405-613-2933. But that will put a wrap on this one as Seiling gets a 50-0 win over Cherokee to go back to Edmond to play for another gold ball. Until next time, have a good one, everybody.